The next door neighbor. The next door. The next door neighbor. They, because they are right next door, right? If you living in a apartment building, you go to the one next door, the next door over there, or the next door across. Those are your system, right? Your chief salon is next door's neighbor. They are people who live right next to, so next door neighbor, but neighbor also can mean people who live in the neighborhood or community, right? People who live near you. Okay, be to be a chief servant is called what to be said servant, right? Anybody who live in an area of your house, those are your neighbor. Okay, probably you know many of your neighbor. Okay, let's move on. Address. The address is the description or the very detailed number and word that describe exactly where you live. The detail are, for example, the number, the number what 155 West 45 stress, also the name of the place where you live. So this is an address. You need to know address of the place you work or live or live, right? So guys, you know address where you live, where your house is, your parent now the address of the place where they work. If you want to send a letter or a package to somebody at the house or the office, you need to know on address, and you write the address on the envelope or your package in post office. Say is so an address on the details. How can I find that person house? How can I find that person office? I need to know address. So what is your address, right? Think about what is your address. Do you know what the address your ex mom right is your dad? Without keep is with you important information to now. Okay, we also have symbols. Now symbol is interesting. Why do they need to know about symbol? Where what is symbol? What is symbols? Anyway, a symbols is inside a number or a letter with a certain meaning. Take a look. There are symbols. Why do we need to know symbol? Because in our community, in our neighborhood, there are many places that we can find very easily by just looking at the symbol. We don't have to look at work. We can just add a big picture or a number or a sign, and we can now write away